go. Hello, MCM. Oh, come on, Bonsers, we can do better than that. Hello, MCM. I am going to warn you now, this is going to be one hell of a panel. We've just ordered their beer. We know how this is going to go, don't we? Now, quick show of hands. Do we have fan questions? Hands up, we've got fan questions, because I want to give the time more to you guys. I'm a fellow oncer, which you'll see very soon, so I'm looking forward to this. Shall we get our guests out on stage? I want you to deafen the MCM halls. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all Once Upon a Time cast, Lana, Rebecca and Sean! I'm honest. There you go, look at that. That was a hell of an entrance there. Yeah. Come on, Rebecca, you can sit with me. Come here, you're my new best mate. Listen, well, I'll tell you something. This was not what I was expecting for Con. Thank you very much, Abdul.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, that sounds bad.
Alright, hello.
Welcome, guys, to MCM London. How's the weekend been? It's the final day.
Is that where we are? It's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
I love
great.
London.
Yeah, it's nice to be home.
Yeah, fellow Brits here.
Yeah, I know, and I've got family here somewhere. Can you shout if you're family?
Hey,
Oh, there they are. Everyone give them a wave. Hey, family.
I've
my
got,
wires.
I think my dad might be here, but he'll be late. He'll be like, I don't want to hear you talk. I've heard enough of you talking to last me a lifetime. I'll shut up for the rest of the performance.
No. I can't wait till the beers arrive. I'm going to ask for this to be extended and get you drunk.
Hey,
This is gonna be
perfect.
fun.
Okay, twisted my arm.
Well, you know. So the first thing I want to ask is, what is it like meeting fans? Like, the show's been gone for a few years. These fans are some of the most passionate fans I've met. Now, I'm going to make a little confession. I'm also a oncer, but I've also cosplayed Once Upon a Time. But can you guess which character it was?
Captain Hook.
Grandpa.
Snow White.
It was Captain. Do you want to see what I look like as Captain Hook?
Yes.
Wow!
Oh, how you doing?
Wow! No,
Yes.
very sexy, sir, if I may say. Do I have your consent?
Do you want to sit on
Say
my feet
your
now?
consent? I'm tempted.
Your turn.
I'm tempted. But also, for a second I thought it was Colin.
Yes.
Like, you really look like him.
You got the guy line on it.
Oh, I've got the guy now.
Hang on, I'm going to take that. I'm going to send this to Colin.
Oh, God.
Now I want to see what you look like as Snow White.
So do I. Can you send that to me privately?
I will. Don't you worry. But hey, if next time you're here, you can get rid of the photo now. Get rid of who no one needs to see that. But next
But you can print that out and get that signed by him later if you want, because I'll be asking for one.
I'll be sat next to Sean at the autographs. But no, seriously, what is it like getting to interact with all of these fans here this weekend?
Well, we get asked that a lot, and I apologise if I'm repeating myself, but one of the best things about this show for us has been doing conventions. We've been doing them now for like 10 years, we've travelled the world together a bazillion times and seen the world together, but we've also watched the fandom grow up and then have kids, and now their kids are coming, and it's just been so wonderful to get to know everybody and watch everybody grow. It's been really special.
Some of the kids are named after us, or our characters. Just
Yeah, I met a little girl called Evil Queen the other day. She was brilliant. What about you, Sean? What's it like meeting the fans?
And it's lovely. I mean, I just echo what the lady said. I mean, there's that, because the fans are some of the most passionate. I've been doing TV for a long time, and I've never been on a show that evokes such a strong emotional connection. And I think during the pandemic, a lot of new people discovered it, because I think it is, whether you like it or hate it, it is pure escapist television. Do you know what I mean? You can escape into it, and I think we've all been through a pretty crappy few years with the pandemic and everything, and now more than ever, we need some joyful, hopeful escapism. So I'm really grateful, but more than anything, like, these two are two of my best friends in the world. I'm not joking. We talk all the time, and it's rare you get one good friend, like one real bestie from a show. We've taken away 7, 10. Do you know what I mean? So I selfishly am always very, very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to jump ahead to a question because you mentioned that it's obviously best friends, really close. But in the show, obviously, there's the dynamic, well, not the love triangle, maybe the hate triangle, let's put it that way. What was it like working together on those scenes? Obviously, you get along so well in real life, but then you've got to be a kind of loggerheads against each other acting.
There'd be really funny moments when we're like had fallen in love, Lana and I in real life, and then we had to like continue to hate each other for money. And then we'd be in these scenes like, I'm gonna take everything you've ever had. I'm like, I'm going to take everything you're going to have. And we're almost kissing like this, and they're like, cut, and we were like, I love you. And then she said at one point, like, when are we going to be nice to each other on telly? I'm like, I don't know. It was really silly because it was the opposite was true, you know.
I think it was hard for the crew and everyone, they loved it. And they were like, can we, you guys, we said action 10 minutes ago. Oh wait, oh right. Damn it. Okay, back to being bitches.
I feel this needs to be some sort of behind-the-scenes visual release of just all of that. I'd watch a season of that. That sounds like something.
I have always
don't know if it would we'd get
it'd be
involved.
rated R in America. But I thought, what happened behind the scenes? Like, if they had always had B-roll rolling of the on-stage antics and all the behind-the-scenes stuff, that was even better than the show.
Well, Jenny and I remember in season 1, we're talking about those flip cams that came out. And we always wanted to do a behind the scenes, like photography of just everything, capturing and documenting everything that was happening because it was just so, you would never believe, like ripping someone's heart out, you just see my hand come out from behind, you know, underneath their armpit. I mean, it's just, it's really comical.
Yeah.
It was very dramatic on screen, but it was actually really funny behind the scenes.
It's a shame the technology we have now wasn't available then because you kind of hit, once upon a time, not to sound bad, it's an old show, but still loved so much because it's like a new show because of streaming, it's now on Disney and everything like that. Lots of, any new fans in the house? Any old fans in the house? That is better than new fans.
0 new fans, but lots of old fans.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a round of applause, old fans.
Hey, you win!
You're the OGs, we're the ones we love.
It's old jeans.
The OGs, guys. We're calling you old guys, we're sorry. So what was it that convinced you to do Once Upon a Time? Because the concept of it, I remember getting a because they released the pilots for review, usually in the May-June time before it's released in the September-October. And then all of the reviewers have to choose what shows they think will be a hit. I was lucky to get the pilots in the May and the June, watched it, and then the end of the first episode when the clock ticked, I'm like, what? I've got to wait 3 months? How are we going to do this? What is it that made you want to be involved in the show? Don, I'll start with you because obviously the OG character.
Well, you know, as an actor, you hope to work and tell these stories for the remaining of your career. And this audition, I actually auditioned for a different series. It was a trauma show that never ended up going. And the casting director was also casting Once Upon a Time, and after my trauma surgeon audition, which I had played before in a previous series, so I was like, oh, I got this. She looked at me and said, actually, I think I want you to audition for this other show called Once Upon a Time as an evil queen. And I was like, what did I just do? Like, that doesn't make
Bitch.
I thought I was saving lives, not taking them.
Maybe you're a really bad doctor.
I guess so, clearly. I'm not good at saving them, like preparing hearts.
She's pulling cards out, like, I think I fixed it.
Oh my god.
The world's worst heart surgeon. Oh, yeah, that's a black one, sorry.
But I ended up auditioning for Adam and Eddie as the evil queen. I did 2 scenes. It was the wedding scene where she storms in and threatens everyone's lives. And then the second scene was the one with Emma Swan on the front porch of her Tina's house. And I read each scene once, and I guess I was really channeling the character, and pretty much that was it. They said that I terrified them, so I guess that
I'm finding that
I
hard to
win.
believe. You seem so lovely in real life. Well, you're seeing opposites. The people that are the nicest in real life are usually the scariest in acting.
That's right.
What about you, Rebecca? What convinced you to join?
I needed money.
Okay, and Sean, what about you? How did no, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Go on.
It's been a bit of a chapter in my life, not gonna lie. And I was walking my dog and had a bag of dog poo in my hand, and my mobile rang, and my agent said, "Do you want to be on Once Upon a Time?" And I said, "Yeah, I do."
This sounds like a crappy job. Alright,
I was literally holding a bag of poo, and they went, "Wait, don't you want to know the character?" I was like, "No,
just give me the work. Give me the work.
I'm in." And then I watched it, didn't I? And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, so you're not an OG fan?
No,
You're a mid-G?
I'm a mid.
You?
It was I was a two-year late G. It was like 2013. But I did watch every single episode right up until my first day of work. And then I was really hashtag invested, you know.
Yeah. And obviously, Wicked Witch, big role.
Yeah.
Well known.
Well, then when I found out the character, then I really lost my mind. Yeah, I was so excited.
And Sean Robin Hood, you had to step in for Tom Ellis. Did a much better job. Sorry, Tom.
Thanks. I'm very grateful to Tom. I bumped into him somewhere once and I was like, I think I owe you a pint. Thank you for being busy, because this one was a big one. But you know what the funny thing was? When the show first came out, when you know, actors were auditioning for the original, I think you know this, but I read about 20 scripts that week, and I read Once Upon a Time, and I was like, wow, this was a real standout original. And normally when something like that happens, I went in and I met Adam, I think it was Adam, and I said, just very honestly, I said, this is the most original, brilliant concept I've seen all pilot season. This is either going to be a huge hit or the studio won't know what to do with it. And they liked me and they wanted me to come back and read again for, I think it was The Sheriff. And I got offered a job, like a straight offer, and I'm working class. I was like, straight offer, yep. So I went and took it. Show never got picked up. Once Upon a Time became a massive hit. And then every time I saw it, I was like, damn it, stupid new piece. I should have come back. But so I thought I'd missed the boat, and then season 3, Tom can't do it, they auditioned. And I said to my wife, I was painting my kitchen, and my wife said, you've got an audition for Once Upon a Time. I'm not going back in on that, they don't like me, I'm going to be a real curmudgeon. And she went, it's for Robin Hood. I can see you as Robin Hood. And she never normally says stuff like that. So I went, okay, and I went kind of begrudgingly, and I did the audition. I'm going to do it like this, and then I'm going to do that, and thank you very much, goodbye. Walked down the aisle, never see those people again. They went, you got it. And I was like, you're kidding. Couldn't have been more rude. How does that happen?
Classic Sean.
So it was a real strange journey to end up sitting on this set. You know what I mean? But I'm incredibly grateful, and it reminds me that I have absolutely no idea how the universe works.
And that makes it so much fun. Like, there's 3 iconic roles all Brits would want to play. Bond, Doctor Who, and Robin Hood.
Done. They're both on my bucket list. I think Bond might be out of reach now. But I did play Ian Fleming once on a show called Timeless, and they wrote it as if he was a bit James Bondy, and I had like a little gadget, which was just like fancy camp. I would have paid them to do the job, you know what I mean? But yeah, I never followed Doctor Who, but now I see how massive and passionate and generational it is. I'm like, I would like to be Doctor Who, but I think, to be fair, we need more female doctors, we need more doctors of colour. Like, we've had a lot of white dudes, so it might be a bit like chucking my hat in the ring for that. Might be like, oh great, a white male. We've only had 27 of you.
I think you make a good Bond villain, though. I can see.
I'd
you.
like to be a Bond villain.
And you can have some evil Bond girls with you as well.
Ooh,
These 2.
I know 2 that would be very good.
Yeah.
We'd be a good trio.
We would. We need a spin-off.
Alright.
And that means you can finally do some work in the UK.
Oh!
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh my god, yeah, I've never worked here, ever. Dig it, this.
Rebecca's never worked in the UK.
As an actor.
Crazy, yeah.
We've done all this stuff, just not acting.
Yeah. Before I move to the fun little game and do fan questions, the final thing I want to ask is there any moment from set and Once Upon a Time that has really stood out for you? I know it's a very generic question, but I just always like to hear people's favourite moments, those moments when you go, you know what, that was so good, that's made that experience good for me. It's tough.
It's tough because I don't think there's just one out of 156 episodes, and for me, 7 seasons. It's very hard to just choose one. It's like, what's your favorite food? What?
Choose.
Why would I ever
Do you know what? It's more of a sort of generic memory, but we all had this. When we would come back to work to start a new season, Vancouver is a beautiful city, and it's especially beautiful in the sunshine. And when we would film outside in Steveston, over the course of the seasons, there'd be more and more crowds, and it was kind of lovely because they'd all just stand quietly and watch us film. but it felt a bit like we were making a TV show with a live audience, a little
Like
bit.
outdoor theatre.
And we got to kind of interact with them and play with them and sort of share it with them. And that is kind of like a wholesome memory for me. I remember thinking, this is really a good time. You know, we were all happy, we were back at work, the sun was shining, the fans seemed excited to be there. So that made me just feel good about the process.
I think one thing that really stuck out for me, like when I lie in bed and I remember things or I remember this show, I remember the feeling of what it felt like to fly through the air on my broomstick. And I actually sleep next to my broomstick, it's next to my bed. Maybe that's why it's going into my brain. But sometimes like I just remember like wearing the harness and flying through the air and seeing the munchkins down there. And I remember thinking, you've got to be in the moment, babe. This is never going to happen again. You're never going to ever get a job like this probably ever again. So I'm really trying to sort of stay very present and stay in the moment because it's what a ridiculous thing to do. It's brilliant.
It's a very unique show, and I'd hate to see it remade or rebooted because I think it was just perfect the way it is. So no remakes unless you guys come back. We'll do that. And a spin-off maybe in the future again.
Somebody said to me that they were rebooting.
Yeah,
Is that a
no.
rumour or is that true? Did you tell me that?
Yeah.
You heard nothing.
No, but look, nowadays if something works, they just do it and do it and do it until it's dead, don't they? Do you know what I mean? I've heard that they're remaking Harry Potter, and I'm like, why? It's been done really well with arguably one of the greatest collective casts in cinema history. So I'm like, how are you gonna improve on that? So I don't know.
You could be Dumbledore.
I'd love that. I'm already going grey enough. Start growing a curly beard.
But which professor would you be? Or would you want to go for Hermione?
I think I'm a bit past that. Can you imagine?
I think that these two got to play evil.
Yeah, I think we're too.
Playing bad is so much more fun than playing good.
Yeah.
So I want what was the character Alan Rickman?
Yeah, I want to be.
I would be Alan
Rickman.
Me too.
So
I want to be
characters
Snape.
like that because darkness has more complexity. Do you know what I mean? In real life, you want to be light, you want to be, happy and joyful. But as an actor, it's far more interesting to play because people who are dark are often that way because they're hurt, and they're hurt because they're past. There's more depth to explore there. Whereas if you're, hi, I'm Robin Hood. Nothing's going on with me.
I mean,
Oh, you were evil, Robin.
Yeah,
that was
That's
fun.
true.
the wish realm, you are evil.
True, that's true. After I was never, ever coming back,
Yeah.
I came back.
Yeah. It was sad when you died.
I cried enough.
I was sad too. I phoned her immediately and I was like, you're not going to guess what? Like, what?
And we were sobbing in each other's
Yeah.
arms. That was one of the, when you said, are there any moments that stand out?
We've
That
had
was one.
moments like
There's
that.
a few moments when
Where we
when
had a
Trump
bit of an
became
emotion. When
president
we
and
both realised,
also-
we were filming the night that the American election happened in 16, and we were both going, no, can't be, no, God, no, please, God, no. And then we went into work the next day and actually had a proper cry in each other's arms. So, yeah, we've had some highs and some lows.
Well, let's do something a little bit different. I always like to have fun on, not that this panel isn't fun so far already. Just to give the fans a chance to line up. So if we have any fan questions, if you want to line up to the microphone here, I thought we'd play a little game. And I want to test your Disney knowledge. Oh, and more importantly, the beer's here. Let me get these beers.
Yay!
Come
I
on,
thought he was going to do like a surprise, and here's your school teacher from 1987, Mr. Judd.
Woohoo!
Cheers, thank
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Steve.
It's so good to be home.
Us.
To us, to you.
You.
Cheers, everyone.
To you. To London.
We should have got you
To
guys on.
England.
To the king.
God save the king.
Where's mine? Where's mine? It's alright, Auntie. You know what? Screw the game. They've got beers. Let's go to fan questions now. Everybody in the queue, can you do me a favour and look behind you just for a second? There are a lot of people in that queue. Okay? Once Upon a Time has affected us. We all love it. It's had a huge impact on our lives. So we don't need life stories now. Okay? I love you guys. We love that we've had an impact. Well, they've had an impact, not me. Can we keep it the name and question just so we can get for everyone? Can we do that? They didn't say yes. Let's hope they do. Right. Name and question, please.
Hello, my name is Natalia and I have a question for all of you. What did you feel when the show was over? Because I imagine it was a very important part of life for quite a while. So did you feel sad? I don't want to say depressed, but did you need to take a time over to reflect, or did you feel relieved it was finally over?
I typically get it's like when you finish a really good book or you finish a really good series. It's the same thing. It's when it's over, there's a come down and there's a mourning from the loss of it, because these people are in our lives all day, every day, for all those years, and you lose so many people, like from the hair and makeup people. You're in their chair every day for hours, especially me, having to be green and her playing 65,000 versions of herself. Like, you become so close to the crew, and then you see them every day, and they're so meaningful in your life every 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you might never see them ever again. So there is a massive sort of mourning period for me personally when the job is over. But then also, if you film it in a different location, your whole life massively changes, because you're moving again and you're packing up a home and starting a whole nother chapter. So it's a big change and a sadness, Yeah.
Lana, the question was, how did you feel when the show was over? What emotions were you feeling?
Oh my God, so many. Well, then I had been living in Canada for 7 years at that point, so there were so many things coming to an end in my life at the same time. So there was a lot happening. But I was actually, there was a part of me that was like, okay, I've told this story for 7 years. I don't know what more I could tell. Like, they were dating and I'm playing 65,000 versions of her. It was like, what more can we show? And so when we were coming to an end, I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But then I was like, but wait. And I found out Adam Nettie had called me and then texted me on the last night of my directing episode with Rebecca. And I didn't answer the calls because I was working, but I thought it was odd that they called me a few times, and I thought something was off. I didn't know if it was the dailies or something. They didn't like what I did, but the next morning they told me that the show was, and it was so sad because I was like in this high. I was like finally got to direct, and I got to work with, directing Rebecca's last big episode, and so there was just so many big feelings, and all of a sudden I cried. I really cried, and when we wrapped on the very last day, I wouldn't leave my trailer. I was having a hard time. It was just a reality I wasn't ready to face.
Were you sure what it was like being killed?
Well, a little shocking, to be honest. A little shocking. You always have different adventures when you do different shows. You never know how long a show's going to be on and all the rest of it. So it's obviously sad going to an end. I was disappointed in the way that the story was being in between those two, especially. But I understand and I respect the process, and my job is to serve the writing, not my own needs. But the honest truth is, it's just like, we all become so close. Colin and I, Bobby, Josh and Julie, like everyone's so or everybody's families. So you know that you'll remain friends, but I'm not going to be coming in and seeing you every morning. So yeah, it was just sad. Like it's you're glad you had it, but you're sad to say goodbye to it.
It's a sweet
But
end of an era.
But it's been a massive moment in all of our lives, I think. So we're grateful.
Brilliant, thank you for that question. Next name and question, please.
Hi, I'm Amy, and the question is for Lana. How to ask this? So basically, where did, when people used to call you Mama Lana, where did it come from? And when people call you that, or Mummy or something, does it offend you? Because I was bullied in your chat for it, it was so bad.
Do you want to take a second, just compose yourself and come back?
I just want to know if it offends you, because that's what people say in the chat, and it was really bad when you weren't in there in February, and now I'm going to be in trouble for bringing it up.
Well, I mean, I've talked about bullying quite a bit, and I've always tried to do my best to express to the fans that that's not allowed in the chats, and so I'm really sorry that happened. It doesn't offend me. I'm curious why everyone calls me Mama London, but maybe it's because quite nurturing and maternal?
Everyone has their own reasons.
Yeah.
Someone said it, they got bullied at home, and messaged them, see if they're alright. One person said it's the TikTok trend or something. Someone said the same as me, that I'm dangerous. Like, there's some labels on there, and I asked the chat what languages are in there, and I put every single one in. I'm a little bit petty, actually. So I'm like, maybe the top that says it, but...
No, well, you're standing up for yourself, and I think that's courageous and brave of you. And I've expressed this many times, and I'm not in the chats all the time to deal with it. And it's also like there's a lot of adults in there, they should know better. That bullying is not allowed, and I'm really sorry.
He's got a lot better in there. There's many people when it's quite one chill, so it's quite nice.
I'm deeply sorry that that's happened to you.
I got over it, but...
Yeah, bullying is definitely never the answer. 100%. You look after each other. The internet's a horrible, horrible place. Ignore the internet. Okay? Look at the nice, because no doubt you will get a lot of things where people say, oh, I didn't like you in that episode. That can be tough for you to deal with as well.
Well, some of my friends call me Mama Lana, and a lot of my friends' kids. I mean, they don't call me Mama Lana, but they call me Auntie Lana. And I think I've always had a very nurturing maternal side to me. I love children, and I like taking care of my friends as well. I'm very, I don't know. If Sean's not feeling well, I'm there for him, same with Beck. So I guess it's just a title I've adopted from not just fans, but from family friends.
Thank you very much. Now, our next person's just to the side here. I don't know if we can get him on camera, but what's your question, please?
Hello. I'm wanting to be something. And I just wanted to ask, I am a Netherlands ferry company, and I have been
That's a lot of money.
I will take the money from you because that's how I roll. But I really want to do a comedy. That's on my next to-do list because I'm hilarious. And, not to Geordies, but to others. I'm not funny up north. I'm funny down
That
here.
was terrible. What's your best
Why
YA man?
did you show me your bum? Why have you got
No, that's good.
What was that?
My waistcoat rolled up.
So confused.
I thought we were best friends. You sat on my
We
knee.
are. Oh, no.
But comedy.
So the question was, if you were
What's your
allowed to
dream?
choose-
What's your dream next role, babe?
I mean, obviously, I think as an Irish-English kind of guy, the James Bond thing is, and I think Batman is obviously one of them. But I don't know. James Bond is the first thing that comes to mind. But I mean, really, as actors, you're hoping there's a part that's not been written yet that you're going to read and go, oh my god, I've got to play this. So frankly, I think we're all just happy when we've got a job. But nice to see you. I don't think it's probably should grow up.
Rita Hayworth, or I feel like, I don't know if I'm too old at this point, but Natalie Wood as well. I'd like to tell their stories. I'm really inspired by a lot of them. And, or Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I think I would be a great part of that. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be your Richard Burton.
Let's talk, please.
Let's discuss it.
Get the Kickstarter. Let's make this happen. We have another question to the side there as well. Thank you.
To the left, to the left.
This is my happy ending.
I've said it. I've said this 1,000 times. I don't even care. But one of my favourite moments was watching Rumpelstiltskin cradle his dying son, and it was all my fault. He said, "You didn't tell him to fight," and I just went, "Oops." And they wrote it in as "oops." And when I read the script, I was like, "Ooh, what a bitch." Oh, oops. That's horrible. I loved it.
Delicious.
My lines were horrible, and I'd read them and go, "Oh no."
And you loved
Yay.
every second.
Oh, it's the best. What did I say about once you go green, you never go queen? So stupid. Oh, brilliant. I loved it.
What about you, Sean? Was yours ouch?
Yeah, I was going to say mine's probably, look out! Or, can I hold that for you? Or, would you like me to get the door? Because for an iconic, legendary character, I didn't do bupkis most of the time. I spent most of season 5 holding her purse. Right. Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll hold your clutch bag for you. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that's why I was getting a bit frustrated. I was like, he's Robin Sodding Hood. Can we give him a job? Can you do something?
So you see, it was a very challenging role for you.
It was challenging me not to moan and complain about playing a character and then not letting... There's one episode where I did loads of Robin Hoodie stuff and I was like, this is fun. This is how you must feel every episode. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm joking, but I'm also telling the truth.
Brilliant. Name and question. Let's go through this very quick. We have 9 minutes, so quick fire questions, very quick.
Sure.
Look out! Wait, look out!
Wait,
I've got it.
look out, or be careful, or don't look
Oh
up.
no!
What do you have in this purse?
Remember I would ask questions, but this doesn't make sense. Why is that this? And then the answer would be, it's magic. No, it's sorry, not asking any more questions. The answer is always it's magic, which means there is no answer. You can do whatever you want.
Brilliant, thank you. Next question, please.
What's the hardest and the easiest thing to be happy?
The easiest thing is this.
Being
This
unemployed is the
fun,
hardest
being with
probably.
your friends, having a laugh.
With a pint. I mean, does it get easier?
The hardest
Thanks.
part is
It's being
is
unemployed and not being able to like be step in that and like
Yeah.
you know, you want to tell the stories, you want to work, you want to collaborate, and when you're not, you can get quite low.
This year, both in England and in America, many of you may know, our industry's gone through a very tough time with COVID and strikes and stuff like that. Production's really cut back, and everybody, and so many people I know across the industry, directors, writers, technicians, actors, all sort of saying, am I still in this? Is this still going? Because no matter how many jobs you've done, no matter how many shows or movies, every actor, and some of the biggest stars I've ever met, still have that insecurity because there's so little job security in our line of work. So that's why, and you know this, and I've talked to you about this, Remy, to do this, you have to love it in such a 100% way, because it can actually feel like an abusive relationship. You're like, I love it so much. Why would it be nice to be back? But that's just the journey of an actor. So you've really got to work as hard as you can on whatever job you're on. Be as nice as you can, because that really matters. And just pray that next job will come. You know.
And it must be tough because it's that, for example, your character got killed. Story-wise, it made sense for your character to go through that pain. But for you, you go out with a job. So it's kind of like, do I want the story to be good, or do I want a job?
Well, for me, I do think, I mean, I know a lot of the fans weren't happy about Robin's death. I mean, I think it's great that as a woman, she was like, I'm going to have my redemption on my own. But everyone has a different version of how they think the story should end. So that's, as actors, we're just kind of doing as we're told rather than, we don't really have a say in it, do we?
But I've been in your shoes when I've been killed off of something. You know, people, I was supposed to do all 24 episodes of 24, I think it was season 4. There's a lot of 4s in there. But, and there was a situation with my character was connected to another character, and that actress asked to be released. She was suffering from some serious illnesses, and she just couldn't remember her lines, and she was really struggling. And our storylines were connected. And so they had to come in and you know, drop the hammer, and it was really hard for me because I was like, wait, what do you mean? I'm depending on 24 episodes and I'm supposed to be here all season. And they said, yeah, but so-and-so is really ill, and you know, it's not you, we just don't know what to do with your character. And I was like, all right. So it happens, like that, stuff like that happens all the time, and it's really hard as an actor to not take it personally. You're like, what did I do wrong? But I mean, I was off book, I was on time, like I don't understand. And so you have to have a really strong spine and backbone. And it's like Sean said, if you don't absolutely love it, do something else, because it is a really tough industry. And you really have to be dedicated to your craft. And that's, I think, Reverend Jade, we were talking about that earlier yesterday at the table, and I know Sean echoed the same thing. So I hope that answer will suffice.
Thanks, Remy.
Brilliant, thanks for the question. Next question, please. Nice and quick.
I'm getting a question from business partner, but I want you guys to back to it. Do you hear a lot
painter, and she's a wonderful painter. And so even as a kid, I was always sketching. It sort of stopped, I think, when I was around 13, 14, when I was, 17, when you're like, I'm a teenager and I'm gonna hang out on the streets and like stay out, forget dinner, I'm never gonna eat them. I had one slice of pizza for the whole day because I don't, food cares about food. And, oh my God, what it was like to grow up in the 90s, it's just so fun, so fun. That PSA, that commercial that was like, it's 10 p.m., where are your children? And where your children are? Yeah, we grew up then, and it was a lot of fun. What was the question?
We got away with everything.
And so I stopped drawing because I was hanging out, and we were going out, and we were in the streets with our friends, and doing things we should have been doing. And so drawing kind of took a backseat. And then later in life, I would say late teens, early 20s, I started painting again. And I have some paintings that I never put out there, but I do enjoy painting. I just don't ever talk about it.
Yeah, it's just almost the same story as well. I used to love drawing. And
Did you get it inside the lines?
no, sometimes that's why I had to stop.
Yeah, I knew it.
But I think if you're an actor, it's so common with actors that we're also want to be singers and painters and dancers because it's a type of person
You're an
to be an
artist.
artist. Do you know what I mean? And so who's an amazing artist, but he's very humble and shy about it, is Colin. Colin is an incredible artist. So I bet he's too humble to show anybody. It's better I just put him in a dark room. He really is, and so I think it's very common. Yeah, he paints and he does all sorts of things. But yeah, I think it's quite common with actors
What's also
to.
really good is Andrew West.
Yes,
He's phenomenal.
Andrew
Played
West.
Oliver Henry,
Yeah.
and I was invited to his house, and it was like some barbecue. Colin may have been there. It was like one summer in
It's
LA,
a lovely note.
and I was like, "Who did this? All these gorgeous paintings on the wall." I was like, "I do." Shut up.
Yeah, no. It's kind of annoying when somebody's really good. You're like, all right.
Kristen
all right.
Howard also.
Yeah, all right.
Howard's phenomenal.
But thank you for your question.
And I hate to say this, but we don't have time for any more questions.
No.
However,
I told this, and there's going to be 3 fans because we're going to end up talking the entire time. No one's going to get.
but that's what everyone's coming and see. However,
This one's important.
wait there. What's it here?
I've got my gloves on.
Oh yeah, I'm getting off the stage. Screw it.
I can't.
I'll do what I like.
Rock and roll.
Let's have a look. You know what we'll do is very quick fire. In your opinions, should Robin and Regina have been together till the end? Ooh.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. Wait, what have you been?
Wait, no.
We've won a caravan.
No, Rebecca gets the answer now, and I'm looking
Oh,
forward to this
Rebecca.
one.
A
Rebecca.
happy beginning now is ours.
What does that
And I believe that is the way you end a panel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have questions, they will be over autographs, so please head over. I'm so sorry there's so many of you, but I should not have let you have beer. I really
all your fault.
It's my
Fine,
fault.
alright?
And also, can I just say thank you to
Thank you.
everybody. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen,